chill stream. No detractor memes, bathroom breaks, playing WWE, relaxing chill session of Street Fighter 3. Like I'm getting my vibe back from 2017.
Yo, what up? It's your boy. This is the final video of the day, dude. Our boy Phil straight up crying like a little baby bitch about he's just trying to cope as to why he isn't finishing God of War fast enough. Dude, it's like reaching 50 parts as far as his videos he's uploading. Everybody and their mom beat God of War 2-3 times over. But of course, oh my god, Phil's taking as long as like a 4-year-old kid trying to play this. So, dude, you're about to watch Phil honestly be a toxic ass while he's trying to like just come up with all these justifications and just straight up excuses as to why he's just having a horrible garbage stream playing God of War. And it's very funny, it's entertaining. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, click the bell, all that good fun stuff. And let's jump into it, my friends.
2% of the vote, and it was about 1,000 people who voted. You know, so you're talking maybe 20 people actually determined this vote. It could have went either way. It could have went to God of War Ragnarok, but you guys voted for Pokemon Scarlet. Now, it's funny because I would like to talk a little bit about God of War Ragnarok this morning, all right? And at this point, it's time to address it. This playthrough has been going on forever, and you got to wonder why, all right? We've got to finish God of War Ragnarok, but it seems like every time there's an opportunity to choose between God of War Ragnarok and another game, you guys always choose the other game, right? And it's funny because some people are even saying, man, the God of War Ragnarok playthrough just seems boring. I don't understand it. All right, I'm just going to explain it to you how it is. Because you know me, I'm Mr. Honesty, not sugarcoating anything, right? I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on with God of War Ragnarok and why that playthrough just hasn't done that well. All right, because
bro, I like how off rip his very first excuse is it's your fault. You voted for the other game, not God of War, guys. So you have to understand, Snort. Like, no, Phil, it's your fault, bro. A competent gamer would be able to get more than an hour ahead at a time, dude. You're just like trying to soak up as many views as you can by trying to break this shit up and stall as much as you can, and B, you just suck, bro. You literally suck, and you have the brain of a hamster fused with a 4-year-old baby, you know? So, it's just like, dude, you're just gonna struggle, Phil. It's okay. But Phil has a huge ego. Oh my god.
And I know you're not gonna like them, but I gotta tell you the answers honestly because, you know, people are asking. I don't understand if this game is like Game of the Year potential. Most people love this game. They say it's even better than God of War 2018. You know, why is the playthrough still going? Why isn't it finished? Why don't people want to see it? Why don't people vote for it? Why, you know, what's going on with this playthrough? Why is it so lowly attended? And you know, I'll tell you. I have answers for you, okay? You ready for this? First of all, allow me to catch you guys up on the God of War Ragnarok playthrough. I'm currently 46 parts in. Each part is roughly an hour. There's a couple parts there that I think are actually longer than an hour because of boss fights. There may be 1 or 2 parts that are shorter because of a glitch or something with my recording. Usually, typically in a long playthrough, that happens, okay?
Well, bro, that's his first problem, dude. 1 hour of playthrough for every part he does. 48 parts, bro. That's 48 hours. No one wants to watch 48 hours of you literally being boring and sub-mediocre at an easy game. Felt like, no, what? How does he not? Oh my god, bro. It's like an 80-year-old man trying to stream for the first time and he's just not getting it. God damn, dude. No, whoa.
Sent out early copies again, which I always tell you guys they should never do anymore. There's a difference between the 1990s and the 2000s game media and the modern game media. Back then, it was a necessary evil. You had to send out early copies so they could play through the game and do reviews before those games hit the internet. Today, we don't need that anymore. Today, we literally have instant broadcasting of the game raw and live the moment it releases. Everyone can judge for themselves if it's a good game or not. We don't need some big talking media head to tell us. We have enough independent content creators out there that we can make the judgment for ourselves, or you could let them tell you what's going on release day. Reason whatsoever to be sending out copies of these games 1 to 2 weeks early, and then the entire plot of the game is spoiled on the internet before the game ever even sells. Okay? It's just insanely bad, outdated, stupid, old school business marketing mindset that is screwing over the modern gaming landscape. It is. This whole idea that you have to get early press copies out is so outdated and stupid. If the entire games industry just right now put down their foot and said no more, because there's been too many spoilers, too many instances of leaks, and too many instances of people, you know, stealing, ripping, illegally sharing games and plots to the games, to the point where we feel it's hurting our games, we're not doing it anymore. Literally no one. No one is doing it anymore. As an industry, we got together overnight and we decided no more early copies because you can't be trusted.
Phil's a goddamn lunatic, bro. He's literally sitting on an island by himself. Like, bro, he's so jealous that he feels so fucking entitled to being able to play games early, dude. He's blaming other streamers and people who get early copies when this shit doesn't happen, dude. Literally, it's very rare that a streamer or a content creator or someone in the media releases something because they're put under contracts and NDAs, but Phil's such a retard he wouldn't know. Bro, the only way that he is kind of like one of us is that he doesn't get like early like copies of games. But I think that's why he's so salty. He's like, I'm Phil, I'm DSP. Phil literally thinks he is the only one that should be playing fucking games like before everyone else. He is such a disingenuous piece of shit, bro.
Years ago, no one had these early release copies, or if they did, it was just the select few of the game's media, and no one had leaked the plots of the fucking game all over the internet so early that all the hype was killed and squashed. People were able to play the game on release day and feel this feeling of community. We are all playing the hot new game together at once. We're all experiencing this game together for the very first time. Awesome hype feeling. You don't get that awesome hype feeling anymore when people already played the game 2 weeks ago and already know all about it and it's all over the internet. And then, are there any more midnight releases? No, why would there be? Everyone has the game early, right? Why even go to the store to buy the game when you can just pre-order digitally anyway? You know, all that hype, that day one hype that used to be there, that used to really be a part of the gaming experience, has been lost to this new marketing ploy that these idiotic companies is using because they think they're going to make more money. They're losing hype and money, but they're too dumb to see it because they're stuck in their old school mentality way of thinking. They refuse to evolve with the times and realize that things have changed from the old days. So it's a major problem, right? There is no big hype anymore behind these giant releases because everyone already knows everything the day the game comes out.
Bro, that shows you how disconnected Phil is from the actual everyday person, bro. Because Phil, literally, he lives like for free. All the money he gets is just from sitting on his ass and blabbing about things he doesn't know about and being literally the worst video game player on earth, bro. He just gets shoveled money down his throat and then he shits it out and gives it to Vince McMahon, dude. Like, it's amazing. He's so disconnected from us that he doesn't know, like, bro, the reason why hype for games dies is literally because when they get released more often than not nowadays, bro, they release them all half-assed, full of bugs and shit, dude. What are you talking about, Phil? It doesn't matter to Phil. Like, bro, Phil will stop playing a game if he doesn't get enough money or people aren't rubbing his balls enough in chat about it, bro. Where you and me, we'll stop playing a game because it's literally a piece of shit game and he doesn't understand that. Like, what the fuck? But of course, this fucker's going through a midlife crisis and has to project all his woes onto everyone else as to why he's a mediocre garbage content creator. Sick. Let's keep going.
Compare my playthrough of God of War Ragnarok with other people's, you're going to notice a few distinct differences. Okay? Difference number one is that I'm taking my time to outright explore most, if not all, of the areas so far in the game. The only exception is I didn't go to Muspelheim yet, right? But all the other areas, I keep re-exploring, rediscovering new things. Oh, remember there was a wall I couldn't break before. Now I go back, I break the wall. Oh, look, there's an optional boss fight. Look, there's a whole new side content area. There's this, there's that, right? So I'm taking my time to open world explore and enjoy the game. Why? Because it's a great game. And that's what gamers should do if they're actually enjoying a game. They should take their time with it and explore. Now, the problem is the game is just so long. I'm 46 hours in. We're still in the midst of a giant side content area. And then after that, we still have tons more story. And then there's even more side content.
I cannot believe Phil actually said that, bro. Oh my god. Compare my playthrough to someone else's. The game is so long, bro. It's literally a Sony game, bro. Like, I'm not trying to knock the Sony games too hard today, bro. But they're not the hardest games to muscle through, bro. Like, they're all about the same amount of length, dude. Extra content involved even. Like 40, 50 hours tops.
Completing the main story while dabbling in some favors and more along the way takes about 30 to 35 hours. 100% completion runs will take about 55 to 60 hours plus. Oh my god, it feels like 40 some odd. Oh my god, bro. Nah, dude, Phil really is just garbage though.
Insanely long. People even said if you do everything, you could do 60 to 80 hours of gameplay. Okay, now I'm not saying I'm doing everything, but I just keep finding meaningful content. And you know me, today, the content I put out is very different from back in the day. 10 years ago, if this were me, I would have rushed through the game and beat it within a week. I would have beaten God of War Ragnarok because I wouldn't have done any of the side content. I would have said, we just got to get through it because we got to get to the next release, the next release, the next release. And people used to rightly criticize me for that and say, Phil, that formula may work for a very, how can I say, people with a bad attention span, right? Your playthroughs are digestible to those who come to your channel, watch, nod, and move on. What's the next? What's the next? But for those of us who actually enjoy games at a deeper level, who are truly passionate about gaming, we are upset that you don't take your time with the games you play. You rush through and you end up missing half the content in the game, so it's not even fair when you review the game because you haven't seen half the content that's in it. And on top of that, you know, people want to go back and watch your playthrough. Why would they? Literally, you're doing an abridged version of the game. Half the time, it's just a bunch of dumb commentary when you're doing it anyway. So I took all of that to heart 10 years ago. All right? And what I've done in the last decade, I tried to change myself as a content creator.
Ain't nobody said that to you, Phil. Stop it. Just stop. Stop it, you son of a bitch. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
An interactive live streamer over 5 years ago. My content changed, all right? Directly dependent on what you guys told me. You said if you really care about games and you're passionate and you want your audience to feel that, you got to take your time. If you're playing a game that's really good and fun, you got to take your time with it. You got to not rush through it. You got to do the content that's meaningful. You know what I'm saying? And I'm okay with that. The problem is it takes time to do that. I'm 46 hours into God of War, and I've been playing it for over a month. I couldn't have gotten through it any faster unless I became the kind of guy that when a game like this comes out, all I did was play the game. And ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to our third point. The vast majority of people out there who played God of War Ragnarok rushed through the game.
This is insane. This is insane, bro. Because a regular person does just try to play one game and finish it. But they're actually confident at video games, so they actually could finish it in a good amount of time and still explore some stuff. But not Phil. He's sitting here acting like he's never done these things. He has never done the things he's talking about, ever. He's Phil Burnell. He's a good Catholic boy.
A week because they wanted the early views. They felt that if they rushed through the game and beat it as quickly as possible, that would get the hype amongst their audience, and then they dropped it like a hot rock and moved on to other games during the season and never looked back. That's what most content creators did, I know, because I researched it. And I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, most people played it like 2-3 days straight, and then they balanced it with a couple other things and beat it within a week or so, and that was it. They didn't do half the side content in the game. They weren't doing the berserker fights. They don't care. To them, it's just a product to push out for their viewership so they can move on to the next product to make money. That's how I used to be. I'm admitting this to you now. A decade ago, that was also my mentality. When I was popular on YouTube and I had that level of viewership, I was like, man, I lose attention on these new playthroughs within just a few days. So if I don't beat these games right away, people won't care. I can't have a lingering playthrough for a month because people will fall off from the playthrough and not give a shit. So I used to turbo through those playthroughs to get them done quickly. And everyone told me I was doing it wrong. This was the dawn of things like this is how you don't play. You have to understand, this is where the major criticisms against me started coming from. People saying, you suck at games, you rush through them, you don't fairly rate them, you don't give them enough time, you skip all the content, you make fun of the game developer, your playthroughs suck. Change. So I did. But now you look at God of War Ragnarok and you're like, so what happened? Well, I took doing all the content, I'm balancing it out with other playthroughs so people who don't like God of War Ragnarok don't get bored, right? I'm trying to be as meaningful as possible. And what happened? Well, everyone complained, oh, this isn't exciting anymore. All the hype died down within 1 week for this game. No one cares about it anymore. Why are you still playing it? Oh, there's a poll. Never vote for God of War. Vote for something else. That's what happens. You can't please everyone, you see? So, is the God of War Ragnarok playthrough, you know, dwindling, or is it in the state it's in because the game sucks? Hell no. Is it because my gameplay sucks?
Yes, yes. That's exactly why. Ding, 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 ding. You nailed it, Philip.
I've watched some other content creators play this game. They're worse than me. They really, I mean, I told you, I watched someone die to the first boss like 5 times on standard difficulty. And this is a popular content creator with a profitable following, much bigger than me. This is the level that content creators are at today. They're not good. They're not. It's hilarious, okay? So, it's not my gameplay that sucks. It's not the game that sucks. It's not the streams that suck. It's the situation. In order to get any kind of hype out of God of War Ragnarok, I would have had to play it at release week and played it non-stop and beaten it within a few days, and then we could have moved on. But then no side content, no meaningful stuff. Couldn't even fairly review it because I'm just rushing through it to pump out the next playthrough. That's the old DSP. That's who you guys told me a decade ago don't be. That's who, this is how you don't play criticized, and who I changed from being. So when we get lengthy playthroughs like this, okay, this is always going to be a concern. If it's not Elden Ring, where the game's focused on the gameplay, but a lot on the narrative, you're always going to have this issue as the concern.
Bro, I swear he's talking about Maximilian again, dude. He's talking about Maximilian, dude. It's like he's living rent-free in Phil's head. It's so disgusting, bro. Like, they're total polar opposites, and Phil can't, like, stand it. He can't stand success of other people, dude. It's so weird. Like, Phil, he sucks. And no one wants to watch you, like, explore every little nook and cranny of a game. They literally want to see you play the game. They want to see you do the gameplay. They want to see the story, Phil. They want to see you wrap it up, bro. Maybe explore some side content. But like every gamer knows, not every single piece of side content in a game is interesting or even worth your time. Like, we all know this. Like, Phil, you are... Oh, I'm about to have a stroke.
There is one other factor that needs to be said, and that's timing. Alright? If God of War Ragnarok had been released during the summertime, when there was nothing else going on in gaming, and no one was hyped for other games, it wouldn't have been a concern. People still would have cared about it. But it came out in the midst of the busiest gaming time of the year. You've got God of War going head-to-head with titans like Modern Warfare 2. Right? You've got Pokemon, which everyone loves, right? Especially in my audience. I know you guys like Pokemon. You voted for it. You were upset when I said I wasn't even going to do it yet. Such high-profile releases that came out over the last couple of months. And so you've got the attention span of gamers pulled in a million directions, And now you expect that somehow they're all supposed to be focused on God of War, right? If you remember that same week God of War released, excuse me, that was disgusting. If you remember that same week...
Bro, that is such a dog shit water, boo-boo doo-doo water excuse. It's God of War, bro. Like, yeah, there's people like me that honestly could take it or leave it. I don't care. But, dude, besides Elden Ring, it was the most hyped game of the year. Like, if there was no Elden Ring, God of War would have won. Like, you know, Game of the Year this year. If the first game won Game of the Year in 2018. What is he talking about? Bro, a lot of people have their attention on God of War. It all depends on whether they can buy the game and play it on a console or not, dude. What is he? Oh, he is literally smoking so much copium. He's having an overdose, bro. We need to call 911 and tell him he's suffering from a copium overdose.
Frontiers. And a lot of people were like, oh, I wonder if that's going to be good, because there hasn't been a 3D Sonic game in a while, and most of them recently have sucked. So there was this feeling of, oh, wonder and curiosity. Will it be any good? And honestly, more people were attending my Sonic streams than my God of War because of that air of curiosity. While with God of War, people kind of know what to expect. And again, if they wanted to see a playthrough, they could have watched someone play it at launch and beat it in 3 days, or they could have already read the story spoilers 2 weeks ago. So different now with these big new releases. Things have changed so badly. You would say, oh, they changed. They didn't change for the better. They've changed for the far worse. They really, really have. It's sad. The state of the games industry. It's also sad that you don't hear anyone big talking about shit like this. Isn't it funny? You don't hear any big content creators talk about this. You want to know why? Because they don't want you to know how it is, because they want you to think everything is rainbows and unicorns, and they don't want anyone looking at their content creation style and criticizing it. They just want you to digest the product they put out immediately, give them money for it, and then pump out the next product. They don't want you to know about how the cycle can be broken if people actually start to point out these shortcomings and how games are today.
Bro, we could say the same thing about you and your content, Phil. Like, literally, you keep up these walls, bro, everywhere, so no one can penetrate. So we can, like, your dents are kept separate from the truth that we have to tell. And that's pretty much, you have nothing to offer them. There's better content out there that actually give back to the audiences than you. You are worthless. Phil's literally the most worthless content creator, dude. I swear to God, there's videos on YouTube that just show white noise for hours. And those are more useful for people that need to fall asleep to white noise than Philip Burnell's content, dude. Literally, you could go outside, bro, you could go outside, pick up a wet dog turd, and smish it in between your hands, and it'll probably be more meaningful of, like, a use of your time than watching Phil play God of War. What is he talking about? He is projecting so hard, bro. He literally does his absolute best to make sure that you are kept away from seeing the truth of how garbage he is as a content creator. I almost said garbage man. He might as well be a garbage man. Shit.
You know, that's what I mean. I'm the one who will talk about this. You will not hear other content creators talking about stuff like this because they're so afraid about losing their meal tickets. They're big money that they're rolling, and they don't want that gravy train to stop, you know? You know what? 10 years ago, I was probably the same. 10 years ago, I was very, very, very obstinate. People would tell me, Phil, you got to change for the better. You got to do this or that. And I'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm the popular YouTuber. I'm the one with the YouTube channel. I'm the one with the following. So I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. I'm the one who just filed for bankruptcy. I'm the one who didn't pay my taxes. I'm the one, me. I'm doing. If I didn't know what I was doing, then how the hell would I be popular on YouTube? Who are you to tell me better or tell me to change this or that? That was my dumb ass take on things a decade ago, you know? And that was stupid. Why do you think there was a backlash against me on the internet? Why do you think this is how you don't play the game so popular? Because it was kind of like, let's stick it to this asshole. Let's stick it to this stubborn idiot who won't listen to reason, right? But now here we are. It's 2022. My methods have all changed to what people tell me to do a decade ago, and look at the playthrough, right? But the thing is, it's not just that playthrough. I mean, excuse me, it pretty much is just that playthrough. If you look at other playthroughs that I've been doing and whatever, they're not like that. You know, the streams get...
Wow, Phil really thinks in his small little head that the reason why everyone hates him is because he's a stubborn asshole. It's like literally, he's a stubborn asshole, scamming, meandering, manipulating, dumbass asshole idiot. You know? It's a bunch of shit rolled up into one greasy fuck named Phil Burnell. The snorting, bro. The misusing of these big, proper, big boy words. The way he describes food, bro, he makes you want to starve yourself to death. He makes food that unappealing, bro. My God, bro, I'm telling you, he's the most unrobust streamer on Earth. Alright, I had enough salt for today. I had enough salt, bro. I'm trying to tell you, I'm dizzy. That's enough for me, bro. I'm telling you, Phil's like high off that copium. He really, really thinks his gameplay is good and meaningful. He thinks he's the best God of War streamer in the streets, bro. It's because everybody else just played, like, bro, he's literally trying to retcon history. What? He's trying to act like everybody else acts like him, but he acts like the same fucking asshole that he's been for the last, like, 10, 15 years, where everybody else has been better than him, and that's why they're better than him, and he's still a piece of fucking garbage content creator. Like, I'm dizzy, you know? I can't, bro. I'm done. Okay, that's it. I gave you 2 videos for today. Like everybody else, y'all know my videos are way too long, bro. So, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope you guys had a good day. Tomorrow we're gonna live stream, kick it, you know, have a good chill time. Bring your drugs and your drinks. Hey, keep them away from me or I'm gonna take them. Alright guys, until the next one, remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good fun stuff. Like, bro, I'm sorry I can't get over it. This is the midlife crisis / projection art. Bro, Phil's just getting worse, dude. The rants are just getting more maliciously gross every day. But he's too much of a pussy to actually name drop. What a woman. Alright, I gotta go. Alright. Oh, peace.
Everything was right. Everything correct. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. Everything was right. Everything correct. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong.